Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's connections. All right, here we go. All right, query this road. I already did that, but I guess not. Oh, I think the end of the world is right around the corner again. It's like we just had that recently, right? On the 19th. I guess that's when the end of the world. It's just either way. All right, yeah, for tonight's, I guess I can give you a slight update of, let's see, the Oracle cards are not done, but I'm going to go into like the text version, go into the wording. The images are all finished. So now I have to make sure it makes some sense now. So, and yeah, there'd be descriptions on each card. So you always get to the point on that, and then there'll be a book eventually. So see, I might be able to complete that this weekend. We'll see. That'll be good. So that'll be good, and then I'll submit, and then I have to format everything. Everything's been sort of formatted, so I have to go to formatting. It's 37 cards, so I have to basically make sure that stuff doesn't get cut off and words don't get cut off, and it all kind of makes sense. They all look sort of alike, so it takes time. It'll probably be another couple of weeks. I don't want to rush it because I want to make sure it makes sense. Also the text. I want to be able to read through it a couple of times, and on one sitting is probably not a good idea. So, just let it sit for a little bit. I'll get away from it and then look at it again, see if it makes sense still, that type of thing. So probably by the end of this month, I'll submit it to get put together, and that shouldn't take very long. So yeah, because all the formatting, everything's pretty much done. So it's just as long as the messages make sense, basically. So as for another deck, I'll just get one done right now. Probably I'll have another deck eventually. Well, let's get through one first. So that's the process of it. So some people have been working on tarot decks forever. Of course, this is an Oracle deck. It is kind of short, but doesn't necessarily need to be long. Of course, I'm going to do a different series, and some Oracle decks can go to like 50 cards or something like that. But anyways, it's going to be short. How much do you need? I can have this. I don't know how many cards are in this one, but too much. It doesn't really say. I have to count them, I guess. I have to look online. This is the what's her name? Doreen Virtue's Angels of Abundance. I'm not too keen on some of the designs they have on it, but anyway, it's all right. It doesn't say how many cards. I guess it doesn't really matter, but you can look it up somewhere. I can give you an idea. It's not completed yet, but what the back of the card looks on this deck that I'm working on. Give me a second. I have to go hunt for it. I know where I put it. Okay. Wasn't planning on showing this, but why not? I just had to do some slight adjustments here. I'm going to make a JPEG of it so you can see what I'm talking about. So the back of the card will look like this. Or back of all the cards will look like that. It's not fully finished, but it's pretty much finished. So that gives you an idea of where this is going. So those are the three wise men. I just need to do a slight adjustment to it, not much, and we're good to go. I was really surprised by this way this came out. And this is the manifest card, I think. can't remember anything. I believe it is. So that should be cool. So I'll be ready for this holiday coming up, or holiday, the Christmas holiday. So that's what's in the. That's what's also the Jake the rabbit is gonna be completed this week. So that's cool. So I have to do a front cover and a back cover. That's about it. So I'll be done this week. So that's fast. There's a 36-page book, fully colored. Also, I got 2 other projects that are just sitting in the wind, going nowhere. And the project 1 was done months ago, still nowhere to be seen. I haven't heard from the artist in 2 weeks. I haven't messaged him either. It's like, let him message me. God, it's just nuts. It's just whatever. But at least Jake is on his way. I also have 2 other. I think about maybe a short series with him, but first things first, I'll get this one done first. So we're doing good pace there. So that's pretty cool. And that'll be available probably in December also. So a little bit of adventures going on. But it'll be on Kindle and things of that sort. If anybody's interested, you can share it. Also have that available for it too. So all right, we're gonna go into aliens or humans on other worlds, at least as a channel message. Take it with a grain of salt. I was listening to some of what was Carrie Cassidy. I didn't listen to her that much. Project Camelot, I listen to it every once in a while. Said something about the weather issues we've been having recently with the hurricanes, and I realized it said portals with the hurricanes. It felt more it was vortex, because vortex and portals aren't that much different, but I feel a lot of vortex energies with them. So you have those hurricanes, and you have the fires in California, and then you have these earthquakes. So what are they doing? So we're going to see what we can get out of that also. Of course, there's other things going on in the world too. So let's see what we can connect with, because a lot of it's going to be blocked from what it feels. You're not necessarily here to know everything. So changes are on the way, that's for sure. Next year, it's hard to say what's going to happen. It might be preparing for future Earth changes, or just it's hard to say. Nothing's really 100% with this. There's a lot of it's being blocked, so I'm not sure if we get much of anything out of it. So I'm connecting in a different way. Also do humans on other planets from our world. We'll see what we get from that. I'm not sure if it'll be a channel message or I'll just do a conscious connection. We'll see how things go. Might be just a conscious connection. We'll see what happens with that. Probably be a channel message. We'll see. For those that are new to all of this, work. Hello, greetings those in the chat room. This is ivanteller.com. Let's see here. Yeah, private sessions to go deeper into your connections. This is the availability. So far, most of next week is open, sort of. Because of my work situation, I might have to close a little bit off because of work, but most of it should be open. All right, so you have gift cards, easy purchase, ARC. Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and channeling by phone. It's all recorded for your whatever you like. You can do whatever you like with it. The quality of the video isn't the best for Skype, but it's not bad either. At least it records. I've had other Skype recorders that don't record at all, or something's wrong with it, so it gets my audio and nobody else's audio. It's just, I think I got all that fixed, but either way. This is also another place you can submit to get information. It's up to you. Also have iPhone and Android to know what's going on here. Not a whole lot's going on, but there's also have about page, donate, contact. Oh yeah, that's right. Added part to the contact page. Also the webinar support. So if you just created a webinar, if you just joined the webinar and you contact me so I know what you're talking about. Some people ask me, I haven't got my questions answered. I don't know what you're talking about. So it's good though I know, because some people submit questions to me. I don't understand what's going on. So it's also here in the join the webinar page. So I don't know what's going on. This is where you go, and I don't know what image here, but either way. And also is a Spirit Social. So submit a question, healing, past life regression, message from Yeshua, channeling, consulting, 5-minute healing. There's also other sources to get sessions if you want. One question from a day, chakra healing from a day, soul painting from Stephanie, and angelic reiki from Miguel. So this is what keeps the broadcast rolling, keeps the updates every day. So thank you for your support. We also have, the comic that's on Amazon's. I think it's in the link below on the video now. Jeez, freaking YouTube. So anyway, they have links in down below. Also have the second channel on the link down below on the video description below. Just in case something weird happens to my channel, I think it'll be fine, but you never know. So here we are again. As for, let's see, connections, with the weather anomalies, we'll do a conscious connection, and we'll do an alien connection. Let's do that. Let's see. I'm kind of interested where we'll go with all this, because I have no idea where this is going to go. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to have, not yet, but that's right. Somebody submitted a question. I forgot about that. Something about, no. I'm going to have a page for, you can post videos and stuff like that. I had it before, and I closed everything down. I just got kind of tired of this system of, I'm not going to go into details, but I don't want to give anything away, but it's another surprise. I'm not sure I'll have it done this week. I doubt it, but we'll see. It's going to be a page where you can post. Well, I'm going to look through it for these type of videos. So if you post a video there, I'll share it here for others to find, things of that sort. So it's not going to be Facebook, because Facebook is, I just can't seem to get connected to Facebook. I have like the less viewer, follow, friends on. I just don't connect with it. So I try, but I fail. So I know it's popular and everything, but I don't care much for it. Just the energies of Facebook. The guy who created it. It's just Archon, Illuminati. I'm not too big on the CIA. So all those things don't really feel that comfortable. Of course, YouTube has got issues also, but it's free. So yeah, YouTube is definitely either way. It's Facebook, just something about just can't do it. Can't sell my soul for some reason. So eventually YouTube will have a competitor eventually, or maybe never, but it's gonna have to have one eventually. I don't know what's taking so long. I mean, Netflix is getting competitors. I guess all the movie studios are going to create their own Netflix eventually, which is smart. They got to do something. But it's either way. So here we are again. So as for California situation and just the weather anomalies recently, there's different agendas going on at this time. Let's see. Obviously, it does seem like it does all seem to point to not necessarily Yemen, but Yemen is a big part of this process, because there's a lot of course, it doesn't hit the news that very much, but Yemen seems to be a boiling point for what I feel. North Korea, that used to be popular. Now it's kind of not so. I felt sabotage all around that. So probably CIA. Who knows? Probably. But Yemen seems to be. It's not going to hit our news because our news is all propaganda. But it leaks eventually a little bit. I don't see civil war in Lebanon with the Saudis, but yeah, there's talk of it. I don't see that. But the Yemen is it's such a it does seem like either more vortexes have opened up in that area. It just got more and more just active recently, from what it feels like. And our weather issues here, I know it sounds weird, but somehow it points over there, even if it's in different areas, obviously. Because I mean, to have all these earthquakes hit New Mexico, Mexico, not New Mexico, Mexico. Was it three earthquakes, two earthquakes, and then all these hurricanes? Uh, for example, Hurricane Maria. Of course, Irma was pretty obvious. Maria just, it's like Maria just came out of nowhere, powered up to category 5 or 4, hit Puerto Rico, went back into the ocean. It's like, that was it. That was it. It's like it could have easily went up the coast of the East Coast and ripped it to shreds. Very bizarre. Irma, of course, is very odd also. But Maria's and Harvey. Harvey seems to be does seem like it was tampered. I mean, they're all been tampered with. Harvey might. It does feel like that one was the most tampered with. What it feels like as for its creation process, as it being created. What I felt was with the other two, Irma and Maria, they kind of created themselves, through Mother Nature, and then it got manipulated, and then they used as weapons. They could have been diffused and thrown off into the Atlantic. Why do that? Also, do seem like even weather up where it's cold and snowing, it does seem like they have enough weather technologies where they can just turn the thermometer up and down. Oh, we just had it snow today. You just hit the snow button. So that seems to be a lot more of this is going to start coming through eventually. A lot of it's blocked, but there's only so much blocking they're going to. I mean, the positive ETs are going to allow some stuff to come through. But this, like, even they can't allow everything to come through for some reason. I'm not sure why. To protect us. That's probably has to do with protecting us. They don't want to get us too far into the truth. It's just because you get too much into the truth, you disappear. Or your YouTube channel goes away, that type of stuff. So it probably has a lot to do with that. So, all right. So it connected with whatever. It does seem like a lot of vortexes open through hurricane. Also wanted to go into I picked up on this today, like with the whole sexual harassment situation that's going on all through Hollywood. I also think that's a distraction. It's not just it's a distraction from what I have no idea from what. It just seems like be boiling out one after the other. It's just getting. It's not from Las Vegas. I think it's a bigger picture than that. I don't know what it is though. I don't know. It's not being very clear. I mean, yeah, the thing in Hollywood's been pretty gross for a long time, but this seemed like, look at the timing of it. You have California on fire, all the hurricanes kind of died out, everything's kind of cooled down. Washington is as cesspool as it's always been. But then all of a sudden, this whole, like the news has something to do. I mean, you have 24-hour news. It's absolutely gross, but what did they have to do all day anyway? Just talking about crying about something usually, right? So they gotta get something to cry about. So-called investigative news are right. So it does seem like a lot of this scandal stuff. Of course, Washington's burning itself down. That'd be nice if the scandal stuff went to Washington, but it feels like it's a distraction. As for what, it's not being very clear. But for yeah, it's for what it's. I think it's just the lower our vibration, but there's more to it than that. But whatever it is, it's not easy to tap into. They're not going to let it be easy. Either they got something coming, obviously, they probably always do. I think for the most part, the holidays are going to be quite. You might have another terrorism situation, possibly. Of course, we just had one, two in a row almost. I mean, Vegas and the church wasn't too far from each other. So is it possible those type of things might be when you have New York too? So yeah, they're making this almost like a monthly thing, right? So yeah, it does seem like things are getting stirred up in a certain degree. As for what exactly, that's of course, yeah, was it New York? What, 8 people died in that, something like that, something like that. Jeez, and that goes on this anyway. Yeah, it does seem like they're stirring things up in certain areas. They're just yeah, they're not letting the cat vote. Okay, here we go. Uh, there are assistants in our awakening process, of course. But the low energies are, yeah, the lower energies, reptilian and Anunnaki, are getting restless with each other. More and more of who controls the planet, and so those that they control are getting a little bit more restless. Also, as for what's going on, that has to do like with the shootings and things of that type of domestic situation. But as for the weather, uh, a lot of positive vortexes are being brought into the earth. And with that, these weather anomalies are there to stop it. I think around the Caribbean area, it just energies are being shifted. More aliens are coming here. It does feel that way. Of the positives that are bringing assistance. They're not, from what I felt, they're not as spooked out by humans as they once were. Not some aliens stay away from us for obvious reasons. Yeah, I wonder why. Probably saw that last episode of Oprah and just said, I don't think so. But a lot of aliens are so skeptical of us. That's what I feel. It's like, do you want that low vibration in your energy? No. We want to keep our vibrations high. Come to Earth, yeah. It's a different story. So it does seem like as more people awaken, more aliens are awakened also. So you get assistance there. It does seem like, yeah, Mexico is also a very low vibrational area. Of course, the rest of the world is, but Mexico is a experimental area. That might be off limits for connecting to. But it does seem like there's some CERN energy there too, from what it feels. So, like I said, and I'm also feeling carrying the bird people are there. Maybe not exactly the most friendliest ones that are there. It does seem like there is, but I also feel a lot of Palladian positive energy there. So there's a lot of movement going on in these areas. It does seem like they're preparing a future timeline for future connections. Positive. Well, we got to go through everything here. So positive, but also, we have to earthize it, make it, we have to add our little charm of drama to it. So, because that's what our world's all about. Well, not all of it, but a good amount of it is. So, it seems like more positive timelines are being brought in, assistance from other beings. As more people awaken, more positive timelines get stronger. It's just, and it does seem like these are weather anomalies. There's agendas. There's so many agendas there. It's difficult to connect to everything. It does seem like it has to do with CERN in some regard too. Like preparing CERN to do other activities. It does seem that just showed up. So, it's not just the war. I mean, look, Irma wiped out wiped out all those islands, like unbelievable. And where I live, it is difficult for a hurricane to get over here. It took a Category 5 that wiped out the Caribbean to come in this area. That's saying something. So yeah, just almost feel like it was like a target to some degree. Like it's yeah, it is in some ways, but it's another yeah. Also, the Earth hurricane was another distraction. What I got also, so it all has it's all intertwining agendas. Nothing's really making a whole lot of sense out of it. Not to say is like it's just to bring you can say confusion. It does seem like obviously there's a lot of experimentation going on with Mexico and the hurricanes and California. It's all interconnected in some regard. It's all just it's all HARP technologies. I do feel it was outer space technologies involved with this also. So whatever they're planning, um, it does seem like it all goes back to CERN to a certain degree. I think there's two of them or three of them. It feels like there's two at least. One in China, I think. Maybe not publicly, probably more than that, but I feel like there's one in China somewhere. Let's put it that way. So the weather wars, you can say, have begun, but have calmed themselves down. So part of its testing has a little bit of everything involved with it. California was not a normal fire. So yeah, it's just it shows you that, and I think this is all part of our awakening process too. It's just people don't want to believe this stuff that we have alien visitation here. There are some positive, plenty of positive. We wouldn't be here if they weren't here, but plenty of negative. That's definitely. It does seem like the negative is almost outing themselves, depending on how awakened you are here. In some ways, it's like it's becoming more obvious that they're here. Let's put it that way. The more they start this crap, the more people that are already awake can become more awakened. Since I think we'll get more information as we awaken more. And not to say all versions are wrong. I think all versions that are connected. There's so many different agendas. It's hard to connect to one certain agenda because there's so many intertwining. It just seems like there's so much going on with all that. At least with the weather situation. So I don't think there's no wrong answer there. I think it's like it might feel like I'm not getting everything there because this might be probably a block. So there's a lot of blocked energy there too. So it's fascinating. I think it's becoming more aware that we're not alone. And I mean, it just came out with a movie called Geostorm about messing with the weather. So it's kind of giving like a hint. It's like, hello, people, you got to get to the mentality of how they operate. I think it's also, does it take all this to awaken us? I mean, do we have to go through all this? I mean, we might. Yeah, I don't think we've had a year like this. No. I mean, we've had 4 hurricanes hit Florida, but, that was back in 2004. But this has been like, a year from hell as for weather. Of course, we had hurricanes hit the East Coast, but with all the activity, I mean, we're just waiting to get hit again with a hurricane. I mean, Maria could have just easily hit Florida again, just like, here we go. It's just, we got one side hit, why not just ram into the other one? So that could have easily happened. So, because that Maria is pretty, I mean, it just came to life, hit Puerto Rico, went back into the ocean. That is a little bit odd, don't you think? Of course, you have the other ones too. There's a little bit more, look more natural. Harvey doesn't really, none of them look natural. Well, Irma doesn't even feel natural in a lot of ways, but those look more natural than Maria. So just putting that out there. So, it just feels like, it's one is as we become more aware, the beings, the aliens can only give us so much. We have to kind of figure this stuff out on our own too. They can only assist us so much. We have to wake ourselves up, and it's just little by little. As for the propaganda machine called the media, a lot of that's been tampered with, obviously. They're going to have their own. I mean, there are Foxes already have their scandals. It does seem like the media itself is going to fall apart eventually. I mean, fully. It's kind of showing signs, sort of, but it's still around. But because the internet is coming in, becoming like a takeover of the normal media, like ABC, NBC, will probably go away eventually. I guess it'll go on YouTube, I guess, something like that. So it'll just move over to the internet from what it feels like. So a lot of the old media is going to definitely die, but yeah, the propaganda will continue, but not as strong as it used to be. I don't think so. I feel so, but you never know. It's going to be a while for that. So as for, I wanted to go into the weather stuff a little bit more because I'm getting a little bit more. You can say there's an embargo around it. It does seem like it's still there. So getting a full understanding of it isn't. I still feel CERN's energy there as for portal creating and just troubleshooting. But we most likely going to start experiencing more weather wars over time. They're just getting started. As for what the point of all of it is not being very clear for a good reason. I might not be here after if I do know, but I'm probably better if I don't know. But at least it gives you some idea that we're not in Kansas anymore. It's just going to get more bizarre. I think also in the Midwest was a couple years ago, or I forgot what it was. All those tornadoes came out, blew away cities, like the small cities, just blew them away like there was nothing. Yeah, it's all. It feels like all of that's testing too. So I don't think they're going to get. This year they got kind of crazy with it all, especially with California and Mexico and the hurricanes. So it's hard to say what they're. Just be aware of. These things are obviously being controlled, and it's just not. Before it seemed like it was more Mother Nature, it's very subtle, but this seems like they're kind of showing that, but also it's like screw it, we don't care anymore, and they're just going to do that whatever agenda that is, and that's there. They're going to implement it. So I think the whole as for the rest of humanity that doesn't believe in any of this, well, that's fine. You want to stay incognito like that, that's great. You want to live with the blinders on, that's fine. But it does, the more you open up, the more you feel, this more answers, maybe more questions than answers, but at least you feel that there's, obviously there are several presents here. Illuminati does not want us here. A version of it doesn't. But also they're kind of outing themselves, it feels, in certain ways. So like they've been really subtle, but that seems to be slightly ending. So it all depends on how you look at things. Yeah, it's all you have to look at it from their perspective. That's not easy. That's the thing. You got to see it from their perspective. But it drive you freaking nuts. And especially at work, you have things you got to do on your own with your own life. But you have to see it from their perspective. Give an idea of where all this is going. Of course, there's a lot of shadow work going on with CIA and stuff like that. But all right, we'll just leave it at that. I'm not getting anywhere with that. I'm not getting any information. Well, I guess I'm going to channel it too. But it does seem like that's blocked. So we'll see what comes through. Okay, as for humans outside of Earth that come from this planet, all right, like I said, I'm going to do a conscious connection, and then I'll do alien guide to somebody. I think Nathaniel, I think will be okay for that. We'll see. Yeah, Mars seems to be more. It just feels it's more civilized than. Yeah, it seems to be quite civilized. Okay, not like our world, but parts of it seem to be quite civilized. And as for us going there, I'm not sure. It's funny how Elon Musk wants to go there, that they're forgetting about. What about our world? Don't we have to fix a lot of stuff here first before we go to Mars? And he's just blocking people on Twitter like crazy. Still wants to go to Mars. So, I mean, the moon is one thing. Hey, look, there's the moon. I need to come back to Earth. But that is progress. But it's funny that how primitive we are compared to the elite who can fly everywhere in space and have humans on other planets, and we have no idea because it's not on the news. That's why. But they, we get the primitive version of everything, which is humor, which is quite humorous. I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to make it to Mars, at least in our way. Well, I doubt it, at least alive, because it is not exactly down the road from. It's not like it's right by the moon or anything. So it does seem like. It seems like they're going to let him try to do whatever he wants with that, but I don't think he's going to get very far with it. So could be wrong, but now throughout like the next 30 years, I still feel it's unlikely going to happen. But it looks good on paper, though. So, I mean, you never know, but I doubt it. And if it does, I mean, we won't know anyway. It doesn't take a while to get there. So, at least with our crappy technology. So, yeah, Mars, the moon seems more obvious than Mars. Mars, I don't know what he's doing with that. So, possibly another distraction. Possibly to give us more of an idea of the secret space program to be able to find that. It's another part of the awakening process. It's like, hey, look, I'm trying to get to Mars. I'll probably never get there. But as you look that up, why don't you look up secret space program, see where you get with that? So it might be part of the awakening process. It's just a way of tricking you into it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work, and not in our lifetime. Not the way things are going. So if you look at it as for the secret space program, it feels like Mars is pretty well. There are like some kind of shady areas and there's some positive areas. So it's not all taken over by negative, but it seems to be like a treaty made there of positive and light. So, don't cross this line or you'll be fine. Stay in the nice neighborhood, you'll be okay. Something like that. It feels like to a certain degree. But it does feel like humans are outside solar system by far. There are other Earth planets. There are. I'm not sure how much that comes through, but there's a presence. It does seem like there's a presence. Not like hey, look, Adam and Eve are on the new planet. Now they just go for it. Doesn't seem like that. It feels like more it's like a small human presence on different worlds. Possibly like our planet, most likely, that'll look like Earth-like worlds. Alpha Centauri, possibly, as a place that there's a lot of Earth-like planets there, a lot larger. So most likely, it does feel like there's something there with that. But as for what they're doing there is, well, the elite do want to leave this Earth, yes. They want to just, take the resources that they can, like the Anunnaki would, and blow this town, just leave it all together. Some have. I don't think all have. No, there's the lower vibrational elite. They see us as just primitive animals, basically. They don't see us as anything that's smart. Some of them becoming smart to them, but if you are, they'll just use you for their science experiments or whatever it might be. You can connect to their energies all you want. They don't really care. And who's going to believe you? And who's going to really believe you? You're going to believe in spacemen, running the planet. I mean, how many people are going to believe that? Yeah, listen to David Wilcock. Let's all go to Antarctica and look for Atlantis. Yeah, good luck with that. So it does seem like spacemen, the elite are in space. I keep getting that. As for how it works, or they have their own little moon or something like that, I don't know. It feels like it's mostly ship. I could be wrong on that. It's not very clear. Let's put it that way. Mars, definitely. There's a heavy presence there for sure. They don't let people it's there somewhere. That but it seems to be quite a bit of it is on ship. It is, yeah, like I say, off world. But not all of them are leaving here. Of course, they're not allowed to. It seems it's like they're conditioned to stay here for some reason. I don't know if they get far enough, their DNA blows up or something like that. I'm not sure. I imagine there's something like that. But it seems like those elites that like the royalty has to stay here, of like the kingship, whatever it might be, in the offshoot elite. Your was it what kind of OH blood or whatever it was called, the Illuminati blood. You can just you guys can go do whatever you want. Go find a planet to go live on. We'll see you there after we blow this place up. I don't think that's going to go to that far, but a lot of the elites want to get away from this planet, definitely, because it does seem like they feel like their time is coming to an end. Now, the weather situation might also go to giving us awareness that they exist. It's like, is it the negative doing it, or is it the positive doing it, trying to get wake ourselves up? Is it all that? Is it, some things have to happen for us to, like, a little light bulb comes on. It's, when we get out of our little cage and, look at things a little bit differently. So it does seem like it's a high possibility that more of these, not necessarily whether it'll happen, probably will, but unfortunately, they can do all kinds of stuff here with the weather technologies for sure. Yeah, just use your imagination. I don't think they're allowed to do certain things, but I don't think they care either to a certain degree. But it does seem like part of the elite want to out themselves from people that I think more of the positive ones, people that know what's going on. So they're fine. You have a movie called Geostorm, and the humanity that asleep, yes, but not entirely. Some are awakened, but they're still in their cage. With all the scare, they're scared about everything. With the Alex Jones type of crew, it's all fear mongering and all that. So they're in their cage, they're scared, they know what's going on, but they're still not really ready to see the truth. And some are making too much money off of the fear mongering, just to put it out there. So there's that too. So it's like, hey, we have our boogeyman, we can just profit off the boogeyman forever. But it does seem like we're going to, a strange reality, little by little. It's almost like the elite energies they have been connecting to us for a long time to let us know that they're here. It's just it does seem like the knocking is going to get a little bit louder slightly in certain areas. It depends on where you are spiritually, but it does seem like as you become more awakened yourself, it seems to become more and more obvious. So it just seems like all of this is going to start becoming more obvious if you pay attention, of course, if you wish to. Of course, you can't notice everything. But it does seem like I said, the elites are, at least the positive ones, want to know that the negative ones are just want out of here. So they might be doing things to sabotage themselves to get them off this planet. Like to sell each other out to get off this planet. It might be that too. So, and as for the humans on other planets, for sure, it seems like it's a very small amount. As for like Earth worlds, it does seem like it's a very small amount. They're not taking over. I doubt that. It does seem like, the worlds I go to, the beings are not stupid. Okay, I don't think they're like us. Like we're just completely lost, but it doesn't seem like they're more aware than we are. So it's they're known, let's put it that way, at least by somebody. World, I don't think they're a threat, let's put it that way. Now there might be worlds where humans are a threat. I'm not connecting to that. It's possible, but it does seem like most of it is pretty neutral, let's put it that way, from what I feel. Now I'll mostly open up more over time. it doesn't feel like I am connected to something because I feel like I don't really need to channel a being because I feel like I'm connected to something that's correct somewhere. It does seem like I haven't done a Illuminati channeling in a while, so yeah, it does seem like. I mean, even the negative elites are. I mean, yeah, the Rothschild, they don't see humans as all that bright, and you know, they have a lot of mental trickery that goes on. It's not all about, obviously, it's not about money, it's about power, but it's more than that. It's just it's superiority to be a god, to be godlike on a world of a bunch of minions that have no idea what's going on. That's a high right there. So, and they do say that anybody can really go into that direction if they wish to do so. Jeez, no thanks. Um, but that's yeah, you have to sell a lot of people out and yourself for that matter. But you can do it if you want. Yeah, it's just basically connecting to your higher. It's weird. I don't want to get into that, but apparently, if you want to be part of the Illuminati, you can be if if you know what you're doing. Um, yeah, apparently you can. In some regard, you might get possessed a couple of times, but that's your prerogative. I imagine many have tried it. The music industry does it by greed. Yeah, they don't understand the spiritual side. They sort of do, but not really. Yeah, they're not kind of like a half. Yeah, they're just minions basically. They're not. Even the executives don't fully understand it all. Some of them do. They realize that symbolism is power, but and that's true. Also, Carrie Cassidy did mention of yeah, you can't really see the future. It just thought came to mind about how elites like to screw around with information, like with the weather, like with everything. So they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I just got that message. So, which is true. So yeah, they don't want you to see the end game, obviously. But it's not really that important. But it does seem like more of the elite power, elite information will come through eventually. It will show itself more and more as it's needed to, um, as we go into our awakening process. It becoming more and more obvious. I think even the deceiving energies will start to loosen up. It all depends on who you are, where you are, what you are energy wise. You're all ego, most likely you won't be able to connect to anything, just your own self and BS. But as for connecting to the elite energies, because eventually you're going to, as you pull back all the manipulations, they won't be able to manipulate you forever. Yeah, obviously they don't want you to see what they're up to for good reason. But yeah, like humans off planet, yeah, it's probably a lot of deceiving energy there too. As I said, I do see it as a small crowd. I don't know, 100 people, probably more than that. Some say that there are kidnappings, possibly. It's another reason for the missing persons that they don't really talk about that much in the media. So they're taking off world problem. Probably quite a few of them are, or I don't think all of them, but quite a bit of them are for sure. From Martian situation, from Mars or whatever it might be. So it's all just. Let's see here. What do we got here? Yeah, not everything obviously is supposed to be known to us. They said something about focusing on the queen and her actions. Of course, there's not a whole lot happens there. She just walks around and waves at people, right? Um, yeah, her kids are obviously, or the grandkids are all manipulated, for sure. Yeah, you use weddings and children as a distraction. Uh, the kids aren't really full into the program yet. The grandkids aren't. Her son is the queen's son. I forget his name, Charles. Yeah, he's not really. He's kind of like a little minion, but he's not that all that important. But the queen's fully in charge. She is straight out reptilian Anunnaki, full blood. Ruthless, yes. They did say something about the offshore accounts, something like that. Now I think that had to do with the positive elites leaking that out from what it feels like. It also feels like once the queen leaves the anarchy, yeah, the England's going to really change from what it feels like. Maybe not drastically at first, but it is going to go through a major transformation over time because a lot of her rules are going to be changed. It's just a lot of it. It might even lose its power, possibly. Not that it's money power, but just, I mean, I don't know what kind of influence it has, but it might allow more truth to come through it, possibly allowing us to heal. So it's possible because she's like a gatekeeper right now. She's keeping a lot of the old guard going, but that's going to change eventually. So it's hard to say. A lot of people can't live with that stuff. They can't live with what what she does. You gotta have like no. I don't know. She's gonna have a lot of karma after this. It's not going to be good. Not for her. No, she's gonna. I don't think she's clearing her karma out at all. She's no. She's gonna. This is not gonna be. It seems like her next incarnation is gonna be bad. She might have spent most of her time in spirit. Because I wouldn't be doing it incarnating for a while after what she's done. It doesn't look good. Let's put it that way. Of course, Hitler's not doing so good either, but either way, it's not looking great. I don't think she's going to be an archangel anytime soon. Doesn't feel that way. She doesn't seem to be the archangel type. The little old lady archangel that's everybody freaks everybody out, scares everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she's. Yeah, she connected to a dark side. I don't think she's going to be able to let go of. So she's used to getting her way too. So that's interesting. So she's used to getting her way. She has all this power. How can you have another incarnation? It's going to, unless you have the same power. So, which goes back to Anunnaki. She might have an Anunnaki incarnation just so that she can. Yeah, that does not look good there. Oh, yuck. Gosh, that's just. Anyway, it does remind me also. I was going to this just remind me about Charlie Sheen and the allegation against him. I did have an indication that he might not have been involved with that the allegation about him molesting a kid. I forget who it was, but doesn't seem like that energy there is as strong as it was. The allegation was very strong, but it does feel like it's deceiving energies there. So I thought he was involved with it, but I wasn't 100% sure. But it does feel like it feels less and less that he's involved with that. Yeah, I gotta indicate. I don't think he was. Of course, I can be deceived right now. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he was involved with it. Man, he's not making himself look good. That's for sure. He's not doing himself any favors. Far from it. So I figured I was going to mention that earlier, but I forgot. As for we'll go into the off-world stuff that's going on. Well, here, let's do, like I said, the market's going to stay, for financial markets, going to stay, up and down. They're going to stay at where they're at, the levels that they're at. A lot of people are thinking it's going to crash. The dollar's going to crash. I don't see any of that happening. Now, possibly in 3 to 5 years, maybe more, that where the yen, the China, whatever that is, will get stronger and the dollar will get weaker. But even there, I think the dollar is going to survive somehow. It's called manipulation. Yeah, they're not really ready for China. China is going to get a little bit stronger, but I think the dollar is still going to have its power. The dollar might weaken over the next 5 years, possibly, maybe on the 5th year. So that's what I get. So it might drastically change. I don't think it's going to change next year, the year before. It feels like 5 years, my God. Of course, that can always change. Let's see here. Anything else? Earth politics, just a bunch of BS going on. Russia is being manipulated by a lot of beings. They just want to cause negative karma for Russia and its people. That is the elites playing their games. Hillary Clinton, like her emails and all that being hacked, a lot of that was Illuminati energies sabotaging her, basically. They might be pointing it to Russia. I still don't think Russia was really that involved, but how do we know? Can't really trust the media. That's just propaganda machines. So, but it does seem like the elites are just sabotaging her. letting her know she's not going to win. Of course, she didn't believe it. Even she's still in. It's almost like she lost a child. She's still in pain from all that. I don't know if she's talking to Bill still or not. She's like she lost a child, and she's going to be crying about this probably for the rest of her life. I guess the next 10 years, she's going to be crying about losing the election. She lost it to Trump, and that was all rigged anyway. But as for Trump having the next 4 years, it's still way early, but still, it's not looking good right now. It's possible, but it's not looking good at this time. I'm not sure if he wants to run again. So it's hard to say. It's way too early. I did see 8 years in the beginning, but honestly, that was right when he started. Now it doesn't seem like that, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, because the Democrats won a lot recently. Let's see here. I'm kind of going back to the Earth, and then we'll go back out in this universe. I'm not sure how much I can allow to connect with. As for humans off Earth, off world, they do have civilizations. They are blending in with the societies that they are on. Yes, they are respecting it. They do seem like they have an infusion of DNA change to adapt to whatever society they are. Apparently, they're allowed by the world governments that they're connecting to. Well, the worlds that they went to, they're allowed to be there. It does seem like I see the elites treating that species, whatever it is, another humanoid probably, treating them well, from what I can pick up on. Now, there does seem to be a plan, from what I'm picking up on, of, I'm not sure if I want to channel an alien for this, because it's just, maybe tomorrow. I wasn't going to do it tonight, but we'll see. I might have energy for tonight. It does seem like the elites are trying, or already have tried, like takeover worlds, like take over different planets. Probably have. They just want me to connect to it. But there is an end game where they definitely want to do that too. I mean, I do see like when we leave here, we're just going to go to this planet and push everybody out. So, or something like that. They're probably already doing that. Always pushing out the elites of those worlds. How possible. As I say, at the top of the line is the elite Illuminati energy is field Martian and Anunnaki. There's reptilian there. But reptilians are they also, some of them could be propping up Anunnaki to make it look like they're Anunnaki or running actually the reptilians. So there's some of that going on. Jeez, you can't freaking win. It might be just a big giant pig running everything too, like a 6-foot pig running everything. That's really, there's so much manipulation going on. You really can't connect to anything anymore. I imagine some of that does exist. Other beings. We just haven't connected to it yet. I don't think we're ready for all that yet, but someone talking about spiders, raptors. Eventually, the other ones will come through. Yeah, it feels like there's over 100,000 different species here. Not exactly at once, but I've connected to this planet recently, at least. So connecting to every single thing is kind of overwhelming. There's also, an elite alien species that is part of, the Illuminati aliens. That's pretty much what we're dealing with. And the Illuminati aliens, have done this before, yada, yada, yada. They came to this planet and just, we're going to take over whatever it is that they get their handbook of how to take over worlds and went about it. So, this is Illuminati aliens, basically what we're dealing with here. So it's hard to exactly connect to everything that they're doing because they're not going to allow that to come through. But eventually they will because I don't really care. I think they will eventually. They might manipulate it, but still get an idea of what they're doing. Like I said, it still feels like they're on ship. It might be on another world. It might be Nabru. I don't think so. Like no, Nabru, the Anunnaki world. Um, yeah, but we can't see her. They don't want to be seen by us. We're all nuts. But Nabru is there wherever it is, but it is in the area that people think it is. So he's yeah, that's not going to show itself anytime soon. No, we're still people are connecting to it. They're probably putting disinfo at the end of the world and all that. They're probably just putting all that out there to see what we're gonna do, from what it seems. Because a lot of people are taking this stuff seriously. I mean, really seriously. So there's that going on, and there's either way. Let's see here. What else we got? Well, when I connect to the elites and their ship, I see like glass inside, like a palace, kind of like a palace, kind of like what you see in the Arab, like Dubai, and like that, like very Arabic, but it's alien. Of course, they have all different cultures. I mean, it must be on a planet somewhere, but it's probably on a quote planet somewhere. Probably, you know, the Illuminati planet. It's got to be. I mean, how long can you be on ship? I mean, it can drive you so freaking nuts. Just how long can you do that without going insane? So it's got to be. It's got to be on another planet that we're not seeing. It's got to be. I don't think it's on Mars. I don't think it's on any of the ones that we're seeing. It does seem like it's on a cloaked planet, like Nibiru, like it, but I don't think that's it. Yeah, and it's been cloaked for a long time. From what I'm feeling, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling. Because how can you sit on a ship? I don't think they're on Mars because that's too obvious. I mean, yeah, their presence is there, but I don't think they're there. I don't think they're there. There. I mean, they're there, but it's like, yeah, maybe I'm connecting. Maybe they're all. Maybe they're on the sun. I don't think they're on the sun, but maybe they are. But it does seem like it's a cloaked world from what I'm feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The Illuminati planet called Illuminati. I don't know what you want to call it, but so that's what I'm feeling. I'm just going to go with that. It could be outside our solar system. I don't think it is. It's not in our eyesight. You can't just look out at the sky and say, oh, there it is. I don't think it's that easy to see, but then again, nothing's easy to see when you look in the sky, but it does seem like it's in a quote planet somewhere. So yeah, it's like Illuminati society basically. Yeah, with a bunch of abducted humans, and they're eating raspberries or whatever they're doing, and playing God basically. There's no money on there, just power. I did see a guy with a black beard, so that's interesting. Kind of like a Greek. Interesting. I don't normally connect to something like this. Might as well, right? I guess won't be seeing me after today. No, it should be all right. Now I understand I'm connecting more with the elites that are running our planet. I mean, I have connected to other elites that are higher than this, but to connect to the ones that are playing God, basically. I don't think they can do everything they want. I think there are repercussions when they do cross the line. They do it often, but they have to clear that karma fast. I don't know, like telling us stuff, telling us what they're going to do or something around those lines. They have to clear it quickly or it'll come back and get them. That's what it seems like. So somehow they know what they're doing. It's all in the mind too. And their mind is completely opened up. So they move fast. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I've connected to other elites before, but this is a little bit different. Yeah, because I don't think they're allowed to talk to me anymore. The ones I connected to in the past. At least not right now. Yeah, connecting me to a different energy. So I guess I'm connecting more to the Illuminati society. Like I said, there's no food. Now, people that have been abducted from this planet are probably on that one. Yeah. And other places, Mars and other places, secret space program. Yeah, they bring people to them. Now, it does seem like these elites can leave their world to ours by portal technologies. They know what they're doing. They don't come here often, though. I think that's where you get the Black Magician from. The Black Magician's kind of like keeping an eye on us. Kind of like they're coming from that world to our world. So, and the rest of them are just eating grapes and, you know, I don't know what they're screwing around with each other. I don't know what they're doing exactly. I don't think I want to know. Playing God, basically. I'm getting this image also of a Greek guy with black hair. Yeah, just yeah, I don't think I'll be able, if I find it, I'll post it tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but I keep seeing a guy with black beard, just sitting on a couch, just something you see from the Greek ancients, just hanging out. Of course, there's a lot more to it than that. I am seeing like some of the technologies that you would see in the movie. What is it? Yeah, Stargate. Yeah, you see the technologies in that. It's something similar to that, sort of. Maybe I'm being primitive with that, but something similar to that in the movie called Stargate. It's like Egyptian technologies and a guy that looks like a girl and blah blah blah. So that's kind of like what I'm getting from what the elites kind of look like. Okay, not exactly, but they're not sitting on a throne all day. They're just they're laying around eating grapes from what it seems. There's something around those lines. Of course, it's a lot more than that, but anyway, that's more of a gag. But a lot of them are pretty laid back from what it seems. They don't take this world that seriously. Yeah, I don't think they see us all as idiots, but they do see that we are not adapting to. Now, they do a lot of things to awaken us, but we're not awakening in the right way. They did see 2012 coming. They did see ascension coming. They're not afraid of it. Only the lower vibrations of the elite system are. Other ones they're welcoming it. It's like, hurry up is what I'm getting from that. The lower energies are a little bit pissed off about all these connections, people awakening more, connecting to it. So a lot of deceiving energies are trying to put light workers against each other, cause, you're going to get a whole different type of manipulation. This person gets that more views than me, this person connects more beings than me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to get light workers to go against each other to raise their own vibration. It's going to be a whole different type of manipulation. Now, the rest of the world, it's funny. You never know how humanity might snap out of its coma a little bit faster than normal. You never know. As you say, as more people awaken, those that are already awakened, your energy just strengthens. That strength and energy sends out to the planet. So assists others in their awakening process. It just opens, just that gets stronger and stronger over time. I know you're not always going to see it, but it's there. You might be able to in a meditation, might be able to connect to it. But yeah, the elites are, like I said, the lower energies are, they're the ones that almost are like, they're not very kind. They got that down. They're almost like children too, to a certain degree, because they're so used to being nasty. They have not grown up. Some of them are still very childlike. That's why some of us are very childlike too. It has something to do with that. That childlike energy, but it's vicious. They want to keep that vicious side of themselves, so they keep their energy up. It's not pretty, from what it feels like. Uh, it just it also adds an impatient energy to this world too, to make people be impatient, which is huge here, at least in America. It's huge. The way people drive or whatever it might be. They put this impatient energy into the earth, always into certain areas. I need it now. I need this. I need this. Da, 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 da. Need. Give me that. You know, all that impatient. They put impatient energy into our society. It's interesting. Yeah, it's in the air. It's in the vibration. It's like we're a big stew. It's like an energy stew. Put impatience here. Put greed there. And then they just send it. And it's you think chemtrails are bad. This stuff we don't even see. And the reptilians are pushing that out into us too. It's just one big, just the way you look or whatever it be. They just put all that. It's just a stew of energy that pushes into our vibration that just drives us all freaking nuts. So yeah, it's part of manipulation. It's you wonder why you get manipulated so much. It's everywhere. It's yeah, you don't have to have a being around you to do it. It's in the air. It's in our vibration, obviously. But sometimes you think it's a being that's doing it. It's in the freaking. It's in the Earth's vibration itself, and it's just they put it. They're like dipping into us. They're like pouring it into our environment. So it does make it very difficult for us to see out of it. God, if you could just take a couple of years off or find something else to do with their time. So yeah, just a sea of energy that's throwing into our world that's causing difficulty. It caused difficulties for aliens here too, not just us. It caused them difficulties, puts them against each other too. So it has one thing after that. You have positive aliens coming here, and they get manipulated and they cause issues with them, each other. It's just freaking nuts. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They're having a blast. They're absolutely having a blast. Yeah, but they're having fun, but they're also not doing so well. It's like the lower energies is like, yeah, it might be doing this stuff to us, but we look like old and we look like crap. They're not doing themselves any favors, but they don't care. They're going to keep doing it. They look like David Rockefeller, but they're 20. It's like, okay, they don't look that. Okay, they're not 20. They look like a 9-year-old man, but they don't look great. Yeah, they do a lot of manipulations on themselves. They make themselves all look beautiful, whatever, almost like Satan, like a beautiful, evil, whatever. But it's like you remove all that, it's creepy, from what I'm gathering. They might not like, I don't care. But at least that's what I'm seeing. Is like they put this beautiful person on the outside, but inside it's like, yuck. It's nasty. So that's not all of them. That's a good amount of them. Yeah, you're dealing with twisted energies. They're twisting the lower energies of the elite, twist the elite here that control us. They do all their whatever child abductions, whatever it is, molestation, all that. They twist them to twist us. And that energy is just, it's a stew. It's an absolute stew. And how do you heal that? Well, awakening, connecting to yourself, doing the best you can, basically. That's why the more of us become awakened, the stronger our energies become. Yeah, we might not be perfect. We might be going after each other. Not just because of the manipulations. We're not thinking correctly because we're constantly being hit by stuff. It's unbelievable. So I'm surprised they're allowing me to connect to this. They're only allowing me to see so much. But they're allowing me to. I guess they don't. Yeah, I mean, what the hell do they care? No one's gonna believe me. I mean, some people will, but most of humanity is just gonna laugh and be manipulated. It's great. Just go back into the stew, basically. Be greed, worry about what you look like, think about money 24 hours a day. Yeah. Just whatever it is, just it's all part of the manipulation. They're just you know, seeing above all this is just when you think of the thickness of what they're doing here is it's fascinating. I give them that. But yeah, a lot of it is it's not giving us a fair fight at all. No, no. We don't have a fair fight at all. No. When you're born here, you have no fair fight. We don't have this is not a fair fight. Not in any way. They're breaking every law they can. They don't care. They are doing everything. They don't care. They really don't care. They find ways of getting out of karma. They know what they're doing. It's like what I feel is like some of them do it for a while, and then they move it to the next somebody else that does it. So the other ones go clear all their stuff. However, they sabotage each other. Uh, they have a way. They have a ritual of clearing their karma. It's a little bit complicated. I'm not getting a whole detail. It's gross. Doesn't look good. I don't want to know. But anyway, they have a way of doing it. It's all metaphysics though. It's all your guides, your angels, everything. It's all the stuff they connect with. And here on this world, it's like what? It's a very small belief system in any of that. That's done for a reason. I'm surprised they're allowing it at all. I don't think they have any choice anymore. It's just so they're allowing it to come through. They don't want it here. The metaphysics connect to your guys. They don't want any of that here, but they can't. They're just going to manipulate it as much as they can. They're not that successful with it, but they want white workers to go against each other. That's definitely what they want. They want. Yeah, they want definitely that. They want people to argue with each other, and there's just going to be a whole nother issue. So that's definitely what they're looking for. It's pretty fascinating there. But it's funny how most of humanity is not connecting to any of this. But yeah, that can easily takes time. I do see the positive elites are allowing. It takes time. Culture. Let's see the next. I'm getting like the next 10 years. You'll see more of this. There's a lot of pressures on humanity to face up to what is going on. It's also, the stuff's coming into our reality, but it's not being very clear of what is here. Not really. Not really. Like you have, what's his name? Not Ulster Crawley. Something totally the light worker. Oh, I forget his name. Anyways, a lot of light workers that talk about connecting to yourself and all that, but they don't talk about aliens. I don't think they do. They don't talk about the elites. They talk about energy and loving yourself and angels. Nothing wrong with all that. That's great. But what about all the other stuff that's here? They kind of leave all that out. Yeah, this is your audience run out the door. It's like half your audience is now gone. Toy something. Oh, I can't think of his name. Toy something like that. It doesn't matter. I just use him as an example. I don't know anything. I don't connect to any of that. But so yeah, we're going into a new age, basically. Yeah. Dawn of a new age was 2012. Now we're going to another age of the knowing age, you can say. The knowing meaning we know more about what's going on, basically. It becomes part of more of our culture. We are on the early stages of it, as many of you have been connecting with already. It's just that it's just said something about trademarks. I don't know what that meant. That was kind of cryptic, I guess. They show like a golden calf. Thank you for showing me that. A golden calf, meaning that people need an icon to follow. Isn't that the truth? It's so. I know it's so. I mean, people just not everybody, but a good amount. They follow celebrities. It's like I need my icon. They follow the queen. I need an icon to follow. It's like, what is that? That is Illuminati manipulation there at its finest, as you can see. Yeah, we're going into a new age of awareness, wherever you want to call it. But it's going to strengthen it. So, I mean, obviously, but I'm just getting what they're saying. Not giving me any real details of it, but it's fine. It's still it's we're getting more of our power back. Let's put it that way. We're just getting used to what power is. We're getting used to ourselves still. So there'll be a jump into more of an advancement over time. We just keep advancing ourselves over the years. We're just obviously, but advancement is going to show action eventually. It's just we're still understanding our powers ourselves, and some want it a little bit sooner than later, of course. It's like the modern day wizards, modern day sorcerers, uh, with spiritualism, and it doesn't mean you have to make a dinosaur appear. Uh, that'd be neat, but eventually, yeah, we're working up towards that. Great. I think I saw it was a security team. Somebody teleported into a wall on a ceiling. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, be careful of that. Yeah, like security team for that matter. Like security team is it's on YouTube. It's like trying to understand the mysteries. Well, it does seem like we're going to the age of creating more mysteries, but also solving them. You know, as we awaken more, will cause more as you awaken to your own abilities. You'll be causing mysteries for others to figure out because you'll be connected to a higher vibration. So people are trying to figure you out. It's like, what the hell is this person doing? So it just is like we're going to that phase of transformation for sure. Now understand I'm connected to the elite system here. I don't feel any manipulation there. It just like we're going to have times of like a loop, a jump. It doesn't mean it's going to happen every 10 years for that matter, but it's always a build up towards it. Slow, of course. Yeah, so we're just like we're learning how to tie our shoes yet right now, and we start to run. So yeah, just basically just follow what feels right. Many people feel it's not going fast enough. That's part of the test also. It's just it's part of it's yeah, you'll see yourself awaken more when the time is right. You just have to it's patience, there's a lot of things. The world's not ready yet, but um it just seems like every 10 years there'll be like a drastic change, let's put it that way. So the weather situation was part of a awakening process. Also, some of the elites were in a bad mood. There's a lot of agendas going on at this time with the secret space program. So it was a little bit of everything that we're not necessarily supposed to know about, uh, but you all know an astral. We're just not going to remember here. It's not intended to, and you all erase your memories also because if you're allowed to come through, you will have problems. Some do allow more information to come through, but then they wake up with a bad headache and they feel ill, and it helps them forget. It's like we told you not to bring that with you, and then you forget it. That's interesting. It's a new one. Just more your dreams will come true, basically. Um, just give it all time. Be people have dreams of the ascension. Yeah. Those of you that have seen yourself as leaders, as with a crown, but not a crown, just crown of knowledge, basically. It's crown of knowledge mostly to assist others. Yeah, just you're just being prepped, you're just learning, you're just still figuring it all out. Basically, as we connect, we just understand the rabbit hole a little bit more, the Alice in Wonderland. Um, it's just, it's gradual. It's not necessarily here to be fast. Uh, yeah, because we're working with individuals here, as you're aware, and not everybody's really, you're working with humanity. Everybody's working with humanity there, or humanity's working with each other. Let's put it that way. And there's delays. There's let's get going. It's like, people aren't ready yet. It's okay. We gotta wait 6 months, 5 years. It's like this person just got pregnant, so we gotta wait another 10 years or something like that, or something around those lines. We're working with humanity, so when humanity is ready, it will start to happen. So Basically, that's why you just worry about yourself, your chakras, your abilities. Just give it time. But remember, you are working with humanity, and just give it time. All right. Well, any last words? Santa Claus is real. Okay, good. Just lost the audience after that. Okay. Yeah, it gives society something to laugh about. Not enough comedy in the world. It's mostly vulgar comedy, uh, not clever comedy. Clever comedy, comedy got more dirty. So we're in a dawn of a new age, basically. Cyber age, energy age, all age. We're just in a no. We're slowly going to a new everything. Um, yeah, that's all. Anyway, all right. I think I've gabbed along enough. So, all right. Hopefully, it's brought some assistance to somebody somewhere and bore everybody to death. But I wasn't sure where this was going to go. Channel being now, I feel like some. I'm not sure if I should channel an alien for this stuff. I don't feel comfortable with it. Let's put it that way. Some of it's stuff I'm not really. It's like, what am I going to get? It's like, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. It's like, that's what I'm getting from that. It's not fear. It's just, that's the energy I'm getting from. We'll see. I don't know. That's why I let them just come through and say whatever they have to say and not give them, like, you better talk about this. I don't feel right about that. I just let them say whatever's on their minds, and if it's short, whatever, that's fine. Uh, just see what feels right, but it's not feeling right to connect to them about it. It just doesn't. I know it sounds strange, but yeah, it's just some things are not. I mean, we're just we're in our own awakening process. It's not that important. I mean, it'll come through when it needs to. Basically, what matters is most is that we just connect to our what brings our energy up. That you feel fulfilled in life. Easier said than done. Yeah, definitely. But well, remember what is being dumped in our society. Programming to clear out the programming, connect to your higher self. Do a major clearing. major clearing. Just just trying to reprogram this every set. I mean, it's like it has to do with nanotechnology, has to do with all this stuff. It's like, hey, look, I'm just opening up to my higher self, and then bam. So, yeah, it does look like they're watching us 24 hours a day. Yes, through energy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's no privacy here. Through energy, I'm not sure how they do it. It's not NSA. Someone might go to the government, meaning the government, they might say, hey, go look at such and such. Because they're looking at us all. Do whatever the hell they're using. Yeah. Yep. I'm not sure I don't know how they're doing that, but they are. Yeah. They just are. So I got channelings on that before, but I never really looked into it that much, but it doesn't matter. They want to know everything, the reason for that, they want to see and know everything. Understand, they rule this planet. They don't want to lose that because they're going to watch everything. So that tells you the power there. Now, if you believe it or not, it's another story. If you don't believe it, they'd rather that. And most won't. It's great. It's great. It's like, yeah, we'll be a good prisoner for you. We are the best. I'll be the best slave ever for you. I'll be the best. I'll buy all your crap. I'll go to Christmas and buy people shit they don't want. I'll be the best prisoner you ever created. And they'll reward you with more programming. It's great. As soon as you release all that, you're seen as crazy. And and you're just gonna be insane for the rest of your life and be Baker acted or wherever the hell it is. Gonna shut down your YouTube channel, whatever the hell it's gonna be. It's like they're gonna make your life hell. The more you understand what's going on, it's great. So if you're talking about GI Joes and whatever Disney is doing or whatever kind of nonsense, you'll be fine. As soon as you talk about the elites and metaphysics, spirit guides, how they're poisoning, how they know everything about us, email, doesn't matter. It's all energy, so they see it anyway. It's quite humorous. Yeah, it's not spooky. I mean, it's just the way it is, but this is a prison planet, so they have to keep the prisoners in line, don't they? Yep, this is how they know where everything's going. Reptilians, they don't have to have a reptilian near you, they can sense it. They're sensing everything. So as soon as they know that you're going to go against them, they show up. I don't feel them around, but I don't think they're allowed around me for some reason, which is good. It's fascinating. So, all right. Well, see you guys in Astral. See you somewhere. See you on another planet. Might wake up and find yourself on another world, visiting the other Earth humans that are on another world. I don't know what they're doing, probably watching a better version of Netflix or whatever it might be. So go to a Walmart that's clean. Who knows what they got over there? So, all right, take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow. All right, much love.